see if you guys can hear me and see me, and I'll watch from my computer, and we'll go from there. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, there we go. Here comes the computer. There's the ad. Wait for that to skip. And okay, that's gone. All right, so let's see. I see Ed, Healthy Disrespect, Lucky Dame. Okay, now we're starting to Robertson, Arizona something. Janet, Cat Lady Life, Francis, Jacob, Janelle. All right, good deal. Florida Mama Bear, New England Prepper. Cool. Okay, so you guys can see me. And we're horizontal again today, so that's good. So YouTube didn't totally screw everything up any worse than they did earlier this week. Hope you guys paid attention to what I was saying the other day. Apparently, it's happening to everybody about getting subscribers, unsubscribing you to channels. It's taking videos down. Like I said, 2.5 years ago, all of a sudden, one of those videos, they said that one doesn't meet standards anymore. Yeah, okay, nice. But so pay attention to that. So, like probably a lot of you who live anywhere near me, you've been paying attention to this weather storm. I guess Clarksville, Tennessee, somewhat south of Nashville, got hit with a tornado, and damage is pretty substantial down there. We are waiting for the storm to get here. It's supposed to start here for me around 11 o'clock tonight. And last I looked, we are supposed to get over 2 inches of rain. Who knows about winds and stuff like that, but we're supposed to get some heavy rains, which was, I'll take the rain. I mean, we can certainly use it out here. We got good rains overnight and did wonders for the pond. So hopefully tonight we'll do more and we can actually get some freaking water back up in there. But yeah, so shouldn't affect the live stream at all. It was funny watching one of those videos where in Clarksville, tornado hit dead center on a big power station. And I mean, you saw literally a fireball go up in the air. And from the camera that was recording it, you saw the power go out everywhere. And the interesting thing, I saw a couple of comments. Now, whether or not what the sources were, who knows, but it could be a year until they get the power back. Remember what I've told you about having parts for transformers and things like that. They're in back order for 4 years, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully they don't, but this is one of those reasons why we prep, okay? Take care of ourselves and be able to do something. So, yes, so we are waiting for the storm, so it'll be an interesting night around here. That bringing up, you guys all know tomorrow is the big shopping spree, okay? And to give you this, the final tally of what we raised was $14,675.21. Mrs. P and I will round that up to over 15 and something there, and we'll do that. So the way it's going to break out is this. Remember, I did the survey on the community board here on how you guys wanted the money to split out. What it came out was, I've still got the numbers here somewhere. It was like 54, let's see, I can do it this way. 59% to the food bank. You guys wanted 7% to the toy drive and 34% to the animals, okay? So I'm going to round this out a little bit because I'm not going to try to get down to pennies or anything like that. I already had to do the toy drive because I had to turn that in last Friday, I think it was, not yesterday, a week ago. So we ballparked it. I was trying to guess where we'd come in. We bought 50 gift cards at $25 a piece. So that was 120 or $1,250. So a little bit more than the 1,027 that the percentage work out to be. Looks like we're going to do about $9,000 in food and $5,000 to the that still doesn't work out right. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, 9,000 in food, 5,000 to the animal shelter, which the animal shelter is absolutely going to love that because they only get $6,000 a year from the county. And so we're going to give them another $5,000. So we've damn near doubled their budget. They'll probably be pretty happy when we show up on Monday. And then a toy drive, like I said, we've already taken care of. But tomorrow is the food drive day. And I know I mentioned to you guys if you wanted to help, well, we've changed the time on it because of this weather. So instead of meeting at the grocery outlet for any of you guys that are local, if you wanted to help, instead of meeting at 10 o'clock, we're going to meet at 1:30. The reason being for that is the storm should be pretty much past us by then. And the reason for that is we're going to have a lot of food in the back of trucks and trailers. And I'm going to try to avoid having it get all wet. So that was my running around today, was going to get tarps and plastic and things like that. So I had something just in case we could put it over. I stopped at the grocery stores, plural, and told them that we were changing our time, made sure that they had staff aware that we were coming in, because we told them last week, doesn't mean they remembered. So now when we come in and say we're going to be here tomorrow, be ready, make sure they had boxes put back for us so we can box stuff up, things like that. So that was my running around today, get all that done. But so we got that all taken care of. So tomorrow afternoon we will go crazy, and it's always a lot of fun. So if you guys are planning on coming to help, just know we're going to meet at 1:30 instead of 10 o'clock. So, all right. So that is the major excitement around there. So let's get into the major excitement around here. First thing you guys know we have to do tonight is we've got a couple of giveaways. We are going to do a pair, two separate winners here, of the Lion coolers. It's the 52 quart cooler. We've done this a couple of times before. Solar battery on it, can go down to 0, so you could use it as a freezer or whatever. I've got one. I've had it now for close to 2 years, and I mean the thing's perfect. I had not a problem with it whatsoever. Love it. It's great for keeping stuff cold all the way down to keeping stuff frozen. So we're going to give away 2 of them. Now, I'm going to go into this again. We will go into the random comment picker, and I will draw a winner. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to put up with anybody that's going to argue. No more 10 emails if somebody's, but that was me. The name I draw has got to match the name that you were in the chat room with. Okay, period. Don't tell me, oh, I changed my name or something like that. That doesn't fly, because it's way too easy for somebody to go and create a new YouTube account all of a sudden and say, oh, that's me. Well, good luck, because I've got other ways to check that if it's you. And if I see that the account was just created today, it ain't you, because you had a comment on yesterday's video. So yes, there's fail safes in there too, but that's that. Okay. Now the other thing is, when I go in, I say this every time and people still don't listen. When we go into the random comment picker, please, when I announce it, and then when the mods put up in the chat room, do not make any more comments at this point. Please stop commenting, okay? The reason is there's, 2,300 of you in there right now, and I'm trying to find that one person that says, I'm here, okay? And you guys know how fast the chat goes. Please have a little respect for me, have a little respect for whoever's name is drawn, and let them go, okay? The other reason I say don't do it is because if you comment after the mods and me say don't comment, you get a 5-minute timeout, which means if I draw your name because the first person didn't show up, you can't reply, therefore you won't win. Okay, so all you're doing is hurting yourself. I haven't got to the point where we're going to boot those people from the channel yet, but I'm getting closer. And we'll just kick them off the live stream altogether. And I know people are going to go, oh, you're being a hard ass about this. I'm going to explain why I do this real quick. We're preppers. We follow instructions. We do things meticulously, okay? It shouldn't be that difficult after 6 months of me saying this is how we do things for people to understand it. And all the people that whine and bitch and everything, I don't have any problem with tossing them. They wouldn't be the people, if that's the kind of people they are, those aren't the people I'd want to be prepping with anyway. Okay? I mean, that's the point. So, have a little bit of respect for everybody else. That's all I'm asking. And I'm sorry if you take this wrong. You know if it applies to you, you know if it doesn't. So, all right. So, that being said, let's get over here and we will flip this on over. We'll try. There it is. Okay. Random comment picker. There is the entry video, and we will see how many entries we have. Again, we do not include replies. It's only primary comments only. We do not allow any duplicates. Everybody gets one entry. So let's see how many we got. All right. And it's going to kick off at 100 a time. I'm guessing we'll probably be somewhere around 3,000 again, so thereabouts. But yeah, if you guys do win one of these coolers, congratulations. If you don't, if you saw the video, you know what I was talking about. This is the lowest price Wellbots has ever had them, and Elliot promised me that if you ordered by the 12th, that they had guaranteed Christmas delivery. So just giving you that as an idea if this is something that you want to do. But I mean, it's one hell of a prep and one hell of a good backup for a refrigerator. All right, we only have 2,297 comments. It's interesting. For the first time I think I've ever seen is we actually have more people in the live stream than we have entries. So let's get on with it. Remember what you had to have. You had to be in the lower 48. You had to mention the state in your comment, and you had to mention your favorite charity. If it does not have both of those things, it is not a valid entry. Okay. At this point, do not make any more comments. And I see that the mods have already put it in there. So let's find out who our first potential winner is. Barry Kelly. That's a huge sale. Awesome. Elliot and Pinball. Does California, there's one, still count for a U.S. state? I support and donate to a retired elephant and horse reserve in my local area. Can't remember the name because it's 0430. I'm wondering, the only one that I could think of to do something like that is Best Friends. I know they were out in Utah, and I mean, they took all sorts of exotic animals and things like that. But Barry, that is a valid entry. So let's get over here and let me flip this so I can see it. And Barry Kelly, it is 9:12. You have until 9:15 to announce that you are here. Otherwise, we will draw another winner. So looking for Barry Kelly. Barry is there. I had a feeling. I'm here. Awesome. Thank you. And Cat Lady, you just eliminated her winner. Oops. Gotta read them before being quick on the trigger like that. Let's see if we can undo that somehow. There we go. So yeah, mods, don't be so quick on the trigger. That was our winner. All right, Barry. So congratulations. You have won a Lion Cooler. I will need you to email me tonight your name and physical mailing address as well as phone number, and I will get those to Elliot for Monday morning. And so he should get that out to you at the beginning of the week. All right, so let's flip this over and let's see who the second one is. If I can get this flipped over again. Okay. And we will close that one out. And we will pick a second winner. Here we go. Simple 2708. Hello from New York. My favorite charity to donate to is Grindstone Ministries. That's Bear Independent. There's one I'm definitely going to say go for it. What he does with Caleb House and everything like that is awesome. So Simple 2708. It is 9:13. You have until 9:16 to announce your presence. So looking for Simple 2708. Simple 1, that's not who I called. Simple 2708. And as I said earlier, the name has to match. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, that's not my problem. There's no way in the world I could feasibly know that Bob Smith is the same thing as Simple 2708 or whatever. Okay. Guys, again, if you are not Simple 2708 and you comment, you are going into a 5-minute timeout. And so far, we're not seeing it. And he's got, or she, Simple 2708 has 1 minute to say they are here. We're drawing another name. So all you're doing is eliminating yourself from contention. And I don't get it because not 5 minutes ago, I told you exactly what not to do when you do it anyway. Simple 2708, you are down in your last minute here to announce your presence. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Simple 2708, looking for you. All right, time is up. We are going to draw a different name. So let me flip all this over and we will try this again. Okay. See, it was Simple 2708, not Simple 1. So, okay, try this again. New winner, Rhonda Brewer 2912. Good morning, Pinball. Thank you for all you do. My favorite charities are food banks here in Arizona and the veterans. That all sounds good to me. Rhonda Brewer, we are looking for you. So let's find Rhonda Brewer. It is 9:16. You have till 9:19, Rhonda. Looking for Rhonda Brewer. Rhonda Brewer, oh my God, I'm here. Let me double check because I know how YouTube adds numbers to these things. It's the same purple R. That works for me. And hang on. I gotta find Rhonda again. There she is. Let me double check this. Rhonda Brewer 2912. Okay. I'm going to show you this. This is me checking. I'm going to take a look. Right here, there is the home page, Rhonda Brewer 2912, kicking off the same one. So that is valid. Now, I'm going to do this because I know YouTube screws with me. Hang on a second. Rhonda, same thing with you. I'm going to need you to email me your... Okay, this one I'm going to eat. Hang on, I'm going to show you why. Simple 1. I don't know how you managed to do this, but Simple 1 and Simple 2708 are the same. So, what I need both of you to do, Simple 1 and Rhonda Brewer, I'll buy the extra generator, so it's going to cost me $479 or whatever because of YouTube doing this mess. Both of you send me the Simple 1 and Rhonda Brewer, and I forget who the name of the first one was. All three of you, make sure you send me your name, your address, your phone number, and I'll get this taken care of for all three of you. And again, there we go. YouTube got me again. Okay, yeah. So this is where the problem comes in, guys, is because names don't match. I mean, and I looked at Rhonda's, okay? Because Rhonda came up as Rhonda Brewer, but Rhonda's comment came up at Rhonda Brewer 2912. And then I'm like, oh crap, don't tell me Simple 1 is going to come up as Simple 2708. Sure enough, it did. I'll eat that one and do it. So, great. Okay. All right, let me get computer back. Wunderbar. All right. Get myself organized here just a hair, guys. Okay, and get computer in the right spot. If I can, what am I sitting on? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I gotta move all this stuff around so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Do. Okay. Where are we? All right. So trying to look. All right. So let's get into Q&A, and I will kind of explain this part real quick. Things YouTube is just making it frustrating as hell for me. Uh, Q&A. If you've got questions for me, please put them in all caps. That way I can tell that they're directed at me. Of course, I certainly wholeheartedly want you to communicate with each other inside the chat. Please do that in lowercase letters, though. It makes the stream go a lot more smoothly, makes it easier for me to get to more questions because I know who I'm looking for. The only thing I do ask, please keep it all polite in here. Okay, we don't need to be rude. We don't need to be argumentative. Difference of opinions, fine, but being rude about it is not. Okay, we don't need the trolls. And so those will be automatically tossed. There is no second chance. So, as I say all the time, engage brain before putting fingers in gear. If you'd be offended by what you put up, don't put it up. All right, let's go up to the top here and see if I can find what's going on. That numbers crap is just pissing me off. Okay. Hopefully Simple One is still here and didn't get upset when I said it wasn't the same and take off and know that I'm going to make it right. Okay. Trying to find questions. Appreciate all the compliments, guys, but yeah, and you're all agreeing with me. YouTube's just nuts. Okay, I appreciate all this. I'm looking for questions. Jay Myers, who's running YouTube? Joe Biden sounds like they're dazed and confused. Yeah, no, I, I, like I said, I don't get it. I mean, YouTube ran perfectly fine, and they've got to change everything, and then they don't beta test it first. You know why they added all these numbers to people's names? I have no idea. You know, it, that makes it look like, I mean, like when somebody goes up Pinball Preparedness 123, it's a scammer. So you start having these numbers together, and it completely takes away from the trust that people try to establish on YouTube. Because all you can do is add a one to the end of something. Oh, that's me. That's me. How the hell am I supposed to know? Two Doctors Homestead, thank you for the super chat for the generator fund. There you go. Well, actually, they're coolers, but I get the point. Thank you. Lorna, YouTube changed how they show usernames in chat versus their channel ID in regular comments. I know. Stupidity, but it's a liberal company, so go figure. Unprovoked moose attack. If everybody donates $1, Pinball won't have to eat the other generator. And I'll get it. Ain't a big deal. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. Elaine Prudence, sir, I know what you mean. When I comment, it puts numbers. Then when I'm in live, the number is gone. And it gets extremely confusing. Now, when the names are totally different, like we had last week, was Silver Surfer and then AJ or something like that. There's no feasible way I can know. At least the one was close, and it's like, all right, I can go take a look for it. We'll see what it was. Rural 2, I see. Thank you for that cooler fund. Gypsy Soul, thank you as well. Let's see. Oh, no, you guys are going to go. Gina, thank you. Carcetic Creations, thank you for the cooler fund. There we go. Okay. Claudia Reynolds, when I entered the contest the other day, it said I was Zion 888, but tonight the chat said I was Claudia Reynolds. I didn't change anything, so why do they change their names? I don't know. I have no idea. And this is where the problem is. Please understand, I have no way of knowing if I called tonight Zion 888, and I see Claudia Reynolds say that's me, I could see Michael Sheeran or Bubbles Cooper or Mama Bear, just the three ones that are above you, say that's them too. How the hell am I supposed to know? You know, that you know, YouTube is doing whatever they can to make life difficult for creators. Grandma Prepper, thank you for the super chat. Janelle, thank you as well for both of the Cooler Fun. It's just, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And I mean, it worked well for, at least for me and probably for other people, for 3 years. Why they got to mess it up now, you know? But oh, well, this is for our accounting purpose. Who knows what their goofy reason is, okay? And all they're going to do is chase content creators off the platform. You know, not that I do any sponsorships or anything like that, but you know, they're going to chase sponsors away from some of these channels or affiliates or anything like that because they're screwing with people. We don't want to do it. Kathleen, thank you as well. Cat Girl, thank you too. You guys are going to take care of that cooler. All right, all right. Now it's getting a little crazy there. Arizona Watchwoman, thank you. Clarity Jane, thank you. And Stewart, thank you. Okay. 5 Acre Gardener says, from what I've heard, YouTube has added numbers after our names. Don't know why. To some, that's it. There's no numbers after my name. North of the 52nd, thank you. It's very generous there. Yeah, I mean, it's not to everybody. I mean, you look at the first winner we had. They didn't add numbers to that one. That one came out the same. You know, the only thing I can think of is go look on your homepage, you know, your personal homepage, and see if your name matches the at whatever below, because it seems like some is going off the names and some is going off the ats, and you want to make sure those match. That's the only thing I can think of, because we just saw, what was it, Silver 1 or whatever it was Silver 2708. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say, go, you know, check and see if yours matches. Oh God, there's a bunch of super chats that came through. Ohio C, thank you. Samuel, thank you. Sarah, thank you. If I missed anybody, that just says a bunch of them fly by. Thank you guys all for helping out with that. So I appreciate it. Surely I have the patience of Job. No, no, I don't. Ask anybody that knows me. Patience is not one of my virtues. Kramit Dreams, what is the brand of my hat? Scala or Scala, Scala. Boys and Toys, thank you. Tony DG, thank you. Who else? Perky's Prepping, thank you. Crazy. Let's see. Heather Bray, have I watched the movie on Netflix, Leave the World Behind? It doesn't sound familiar, but there are a lot of movies I've watched on Netflix that were not memorable that I might have, but I don't know. Agos, thank you for the super chat. And Sandra Matthias, thank you as well. Let's see. Patty Brumbaugh, you're an honorable man, few and far between these days. Sassy 56, thank you as well. It's very generous of you as well. I just want to make it do it right. I mean, that's the thing, you know. And I mean, if it's not whatever the one person's name was. I'm sorry, I'm still a little flustered for this. It's not their fault that this is screwed up. It's just a matter of trying to make it right. Northern Ozark Homestead, thank you for the super chat as well. Mark Swanson, where do you find your homepage? If you look at the right next to your comment there, Mark, where you said it, there's 3 little dots on the right-hand side. If you click those 3 little dots, the second one down says go to channel, and that'll take you right to your channel. So, and you can figure it out right there. Nancy, thank you for the super chat. James, thank you for the super chat. Okay. Bob, thank you. Sue, thank you. All right. So appreciate all that. But it's now 9:30, and we got into what, maybe 2 questions so far, but we have another. Oh God, Leave the World Behind was directed by the Obamas. Nope, that would be, I definitely did not watch it. Okay. I mean, I would like it if the Obamas left the world behind. That would be nice, okay, because they're a scourge on the planet. Uh, you know, but no. So anything to do with them, I will not be paying anything for. That's for certain. All right, so let's get into Flintstone Girl. Thank you for the super chat as well. Let's get into the other fun part, okay? Because it's the 9 live streams of Christmas. That's a tongue twister for me. So, okay, so first time you guys are here. What this is Ed, thank you for the super chat. What's over my left shoulder on the wall? Those are all Mrs. P's religious icons. So, and if it's way up here, if you're talking about, that's just a garland that's hanging over the window for Christmas decorations. All right, so into the 12 live stream or nine live streams, 9 live streams of Christmas. There we go. Since Labor Day, I have dropped in little trivia points about me and or Mrs. P in videos. So now it's how well you pay attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys a trivia question, and whoever is the first person to get it right on my screen, okay, we had this argument the other day too. Somebody was saying, oh, so-and-so's name was above the other one. I don't know how it shows up on your screens. I went off on how it shows up on my screen, okay? And last week it was what Billy was about 6 names ahead of Tom, and those were the first 2. Billy was the first one. I will go to the top and read them all down so I get the first person who had the answer. If it's different on your screen than it is on my screen, I can't do anything about that. I'm going off of the way it is on my screen. And I know I had a couple of emails going, oh, this is all fixed. And as I said in the video the other day, if I want to fix this, I don't give anything away. I just go, hey, what? I'll just pick a couple of people on my own. Okay. No. So, I'm just, can't make everybody happy. But trivia question. Whoever gets it right first on my screen that I see, I'm the judge. I'm the only one that matters. We'll get to pick one of these slips of paper with a prize. Boy, I tell you, you try to do something and it's more work than it's worth. All right. So I would highly suggest at this point, if you are going to put an answer in, don't make any comments, because then you will have 90 seconds you have to wait till you can make the comment. It's not going to take me 90 seconds to give you this question. So I would suggest don't answer or don't comment at the moment. All right. So this goes back to 1986. And I got to spend 15 minutes with somebody I met on a beach in California. Who was that? Who did I meet on a beach in California in 1986? There it is. Cram It Dreams got it quick. Clint Eastwood. Yes. So there's a few of you guys said Ronald Reagan, but no. Cram It Dreams came through, got that one quickly. There you go. Nice job. So yeah, the story on that one was I was at DLI in Monterey at the time. Clint was the mayor of Carmel and owned Hog's Breath Inn and everything like that. And there was about a dozen of us who went out, sat on the beach, and had a bonfire. We're drinking some beers, and here comes this guy walking his dog down the beach. Turns out to be Clint Eastwood. He sat down with us, asked for a beer. We gave him a beer. He sat, talked with us for about 15 minutes, finished his beer, got up, and kept walking the dog down the beach. It's kind of cool. So, all right, Cram It Dreams. We have 5 prizes left. So I need a number from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. So Cram It Dreams, give me a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9 in the live stream or in the chat room, and we'll see what you got. Jimmy Hoffa. Oh yeah, State Time 85. Yeah, it was well before selfies. We'd all been taking selfies with cell phones. Yeah, we'd all been taking selfies. That's for sure. Cram It Dreams. Number one. Number one, Grammet Dreams, you have won a solar generator. That's one of the big prizes. All right. So what I need for you to do is email me your name and address. I will send you a solar generator via UPS, because that's how I send stuff. Come Monday or Tuesday, depending. Probably Tuesday. Monday, I'm going to be a little busy with the whole food drive, but I will get that out to you on Tuesday. But congratulations, you just won a solar generator. Merry Christmas. Okay, so hopefully, let me see if we got here. Okay, I just got a couple of emails, but they weren't any of the winners. So, okay. All right, so let's get back to Q&A here real quick. And if you had questions beforehand, please re-put them back in there, because now after the contest and everything like that, I can't go up high enough. A few super chats. Like-minded, thank you. Simple Pleasures, thank you. Coffee Guy, thank you. Let's see who else. Wesley Groves, thank you. I think those are the ones that came in while we were doing there. So thank you guys all for helping me out with that. All right, let's see. All right. Dale from Ohio, have I ever seen the 10-year bond yield be as volatile as it's been on a daily basis recently? Going back about as far back as I can go that I paid attention to it consistently would be about 1996. And no, I can't say the volatility there has been not like it's been now. I mean, I remember in the late 90s where we watched interest rates drop about 2% over a couple of years, because at the time I was working for Payne Weber, and Ed Kirshner was the chief strategist over there. His big thing was 5 at the turn, that we were going to have a 5% 30-year bond at the turn of century, which of course he was right. And he was calling for that from 1997 on or something like that. He was correct. But I mean, we had to drop down. But this whipsaw effect that we're getting right now with 10-year, no, I mean, with bonds at all. I mean, you look at what's going on even with precious metals, when we're seeing 1.5% moves in silver daily. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, precious metals aren't something that you really day trade, and literally you've got people day trading stuff like that right now. Deborah Toos, I should watch Leave the World Behind and give us your opinion. I can give you my opinion right now. It's all bullshit. It's written by Obama, so it was an hour and a half to 2 hours of lies. Because, I mean, that man has never said anything truthful in his life. I mean, hell, his wife is a man. Jamie Dolan, what kind of beer did I drink with Eastwood? I can't tell you. In 1986. What kind of beer did you have 40 years ago? It was something that was cheap. We were all low enlisted in the Army. It wasn't expensive. Doggone it. Thank you for the help there with the super chat. Appreciate it. Brian Williams, do I look at the gold to silver price ratio to determine when to buy? No, I look more at the technical analysis of it to see where support levels are for when to buy. I'm not worried about resistance because I'm not worried about selling gold and silver. But, I know there's so many different ways. People say, okay, I just look at, like you're saying, the gold to silver ratio. People go dollar cost averaging, go every other Friday, I buy 2 ounces of silver or whatever it is. I kind of look for support levels via technical analysis. I think I explained that one time, reading charts and stuff like that. That's what I look for to pick my spots. I mean, is it always right? No. Is it right most of the time? Yeah. At least it'll tell me where a near-term bottom is. So, doesn't mean that there wasn't support at 25 a year ago and now we're sitting at 24. It can't go below. Sure, it can, because that changes all the time. So, But, all in all, I'm not trying to play penny wise and pound foolish. I'm not, oh my God, it's $24. I need it to be at 23.87 before I'm going to buy them. I'm afraid it's 13 cents. Okay. I'm not that concerned about 13 cents, when I'm figuring, okay, 50, 100, surviving, in an SHTF, that's my goal. 13 cents is not going to stop me from pulling the trigger. Susan Musser, I can't get rid of the numbers on YouTube. Will that keep me from winning? No, because like I said, I'm going to have to. Let's put it this way: if yours says Susan Musser 1234, and I see Susan Musser in the live stream at this point, I'm like I just did. I'll click on the name and see if there's something that matches. But guys, understand this is going to make it very difficult because there's scammers that come in here, okay, trolls and everything. And if they go in and create a channel real quick and say, "Oh, I'm Susan Musser 1234," you could have won, and a scammer could have got your prize. This is where I'm saying the problem comes in with YouTube messing around with stuff like that if it doesn't match. So we'll see. I mean, it won't keep you from winning, no, but I'm going to have to do what I've done, and YouTube's not going to listen to me that this is stupid what they did. So we're just going to have to figure a way around it, like we have to do with everything else in prepping. Okay. I got to go back. Okay, I'm trying to find where we are. Okay. Dogman, I believe the name changes is due to them wanting to make us strangers. Like the first time we commented, I was Dogman, and now my old name, and now I am my old name with numbers. That's what I said. What they're doing by doing this is destroying the sense of community that everybody has built. And it's not just my channel. You guys know it's wherever you go. But the whole point of YouTube in the first place was to bring everybody together, and then when they go change your username, that kind of separates where everybody is. Crystal clear. Did I get any storms tonight? They're not supposed to hit me until about 11 o'clock. I'm in East Tennessee, so last I looked, everything was just east of Nashville, so we've still got a couple hours. Nashville's 4 hours west of me, so. Jim C., what was my favorite duty station? You got to remember that, okay, I'm going back 30 to almost 40 years now. I mean, at the time, DLI was certainly, Presidio of Monterey. Come on, we're at Monterey, California, right on, the beach is right there. You could see Fisherman's Wharf and, hear the seals barking away in the morning. We always used to joke if it was the seals or if it was Marines. But, go out, go hang out on the beach or whatever. It was nice weather most of the year. At the time, California was relatively affordable. I'll give you this. We went and played golf on the Naval Postgraduate School, where, like a war college or whatever it is, $21 a month to play all the golf you wanted. We played a lot of golf, $21 a month. Now you can't get on a golf course for $21 for maybe 9 holes. So we could go play every day we wanted to for $21 in a month. So, yeah, at the time, Presidio in Monterey was certainly my favorite duty station. My least favorite, Fort Bliss. Let's see. Marie Skna. I'm going to have to learn a new prepper school lip reading after yesterday's video. Yeah, all that was, guys, was the last 30 seconds my microphone died. And so you guys got the whole point of the video. There wasn't much anything there. So that was it. And I recharged the microphone, so they should be good. But it's not like the thing beeps at me or anything when it's done. I was like, oh, crap. Carolyn Olson, how did I come up with my channel name? Okay, the name Pinball comes from when I was at NTC driving a armored personnel carrier 113, and we were riding around in the desert. I was driving the vehicle, and the tank commander doing 35 miles an hour, bouncing over sand dunes and stuff like that. He made the comment to me. He says, "Will you slow down? You're bouncing us around like a pinball back here." And so for the rest of NTC, he was calling me pinball, and it stuck. So, favorite Clint Eastwood movie? God, that's hard. I mean, Dirty Harry's got to be in there. Uh, Josie Wales has got to be in there. Believe it or not, one that maybe a lot of people don't even never saw or don't even know. Firefox has got to be in there. Uh, what was it? Gran Torino was good. I liked that one. We watched The Mule a couple of weeks ago. That one, I was sad for Clint. That was a bad movie. That just like that that was a waste. But yeah. Miranda Babcock, do you think there's any way they'll be able to run Michael Obama for president? Oh, they could. They could try. As much as people are calling it, I would be utterly shocked if that was what they did. Uh, but they ran Joe Biden. I mean, talk about a less qualified person, but they ran him. Claude Camardo, can I support the Christmas fund through Super Chat? Unfortunately, no, because I've already got everything done for the Christmas fund, so we're done there. And just so you guys know, with Super Chats, the problem that we all have, I mean, this is every creator, not just me, with Super Chats is, let's say the $10 donation to a Super Chat today. By the time that gets to me, I get $6. YouTube keeps the other 4. Okay. You still get charged your $10. They just keep 40% of it. The other thing is any Super Chat that you guys made tonight, I will not see until the 3rd week of January. So that's just how that one works. Gutter Clam Pinball, how do I receive fan mail? Well, my email address and my post office box are in the description under every video. So if you've got anything to email me, send me questions, whatever, that's the easiest way to do it. Let's see. Tammy Harder, how's the weather tonight? Calm right now. 11 o'clock is when it'll get crazy. Thereabouts. Kim Williams, do I use a mosquito control in my pond? A mosquito fish, BT, aeration? When I get the water in it, I've got the aerators and everything ready to put the aerator in, but I've just got to get the water level up higher. But believe it or not, we don't have a mosquito problem here. Very, very little do we get mosquitoes at all. And I mean, even around the pond all summer. And I mean, there's water in it. I mean, the deep end is all, and mind you, the pond is anywhere from about 2.5 feet deep to 7 feet deep. Okay. That's how the pond runs. And it was probably the only place that it was dry was where it was 2.5 to 4 feet deep. The rest of it was all water. Fish are fine in there. And we had no problem with mosquitoes even all summer. So, but the nice part about it is I know we have bats that fly around here too. So, we'll sit out on the porch in the summertime and it'll get dusk and we'll see the bats just start going after whatever's out there. So, Lisa Bibby, would I still buy gold at the current price or would I stick to buying silver? Well, I can take a look real quick and just give you an update on both of them. Bear with me. Let me just do. Gold. We'll start with gold. Gold might see a little bit of a pullback here. You're going to probably see a bounce on that. But 2013 is the nearest low term on gold, and it's at 2020. So, I mean, but we've seen a pullback of nearly $100 here in the last couple of days. Silver. Do 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 do. Silver's at support. You're going to see both. It. I'll give you this, and that's. Oops, I'm sorry. Hang on, I was looking at the wrong chart for silver. Yeah. Uh, I'll be surprised if you don't see some significant buying on silver. If you're going to buy silver or gold right now, you can buy it this weekend, and you probably watch as soon as the markets open on Monday morning. You'll already be above what strike price you bought the silver for, because they're both at or below support level right now. Uh, Nest Peeper, I'm sorry. YouTube sent out an email a couple of months ago announcing handles, chat names versus account names, and how to set so they matched and you didn't get a random number after your name. Okay. I remember something like that, and they had reserved my name or something like that. And I was just like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. So I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Staying alert. How long do eggshells need to bake in the oven? Uh, Basically, if you put them in around 250, eggshells will be good around done in about a half an hour. Okay. Now, if you're like me, I put in everything at the same time. My coffee grounds go in with my eggshells, go in with my banana peels. If I've got chicken bones, those will go in there. And I just leave everything in until the last thing is done. Which always turns out to be my banana peels. Those take the longest to dry out. When those are crispy, everything else is done. But what you're trying to make sure is that you've got absolutely no moisture in them. That's it. You washed them off, you rinsed them off, you're putting them in the oven just to completely dry them out. Deborah Gilmartin. Oh no, Pinball, they're going to Joan River me. I don't see that happening. Kenneth Swan, Obamas didn't write the movie, they gave money to produce it. Right, sure, they gave money to produce it, and they had no influence whatsoever in what the movie was going to say. Is that what you're telling me? I don't buy that for a second. Paul Hudson, where do I find the gold and silver technical chart? I use investing.com and then take a look at the gold futures, and you can break it right down into the technical charts. You'll see the tab on there for them. Buzzard Prepper, it was probably Milwaukee's best or old Milwaukee. Back then, it could have been. I mean, hell, I don't. All I remember was when we were at the NCO club, we drink Budweiser because we had a pitcher of beer. I think we got a pitcher of beer. I think it was $3 for a pitcher of beer at the NCO club back then. I still remember being in El Paso, and those of you guys that are at Fort Bliss or in El Paso know this. I remember going down to Juarez, and you could buy a case of Corona, 20 bottles in a Mexican case, or a fifth of Cuervo for $2.10 in Juarez. And then the duty to bring it across the border was like $1 or something like that. So literally, you go get a case of Corona, 20 bottles of Corona for $3. Granted, that was the 80s, but who knows what it is now. But if you wanted to go down there and buy Jack Daniels, it was more expensive there because now Jack Daniels was imported. Lieutenant Death Duck, what is my take on the article from the CDC to have all rice sprayed with sialic acid? I haven't seen anything about that, so I can't comment on it. I don't know. Gene HT, how is Copper? Still doing fine. He's been good for a month and a half now. Medicine all worked. His hair's growing back, so he's good. Oops. Wait. Shot to the bottom, so I got to try to find where I was again. Heather Bray, did I ever go to 29 Palms for training? Think it was Fort Wilson. 29 Palms, a Marine Corps base. So no, I was Army. So no, never went to 29 Palms. Original One Shot, One Kill, where Eagles Dare, one of Clint's earlier movies. Okay, there's an old one for you. Tom S. Will I ever go to Rumble full time? I'll never go back to Rumble ever again. Okay. I told you what happened. Rumble is a bunch of crooks, and I will not go there ever. So if they've even got my channel up there, do not ever expect to see any content from me again on that channel or on that platform. Robert Bates, where do I want my okra seeds delivered? Send them to Mountaintop Preps. Deliver them to his house because I ain't planting them. Let's see. Silver. Are you up north, Burr? There you go. I'll send you some mosquitoes. I live in the lakes country in northern Minnesota. Good fishing up there. I've been fishing up north in Minnesota. But no, you can keep the mosquitoes. You can keep the snow too. Let's see. Jay, no more numbers. Any lily pads and plants for baby fish to hide in your pond? We had in the, well, I put cover in the pond first off. I put some stumps in and everything like that before we filled it. So there's that. There is some vegetation growing, but I'm trying to keep that at a minimum because the pond isn't that big. I mean, it's only about a quarter-acre pond, and I don't want, how lily pads will spread and completely engulf everything. Well, if it does that, then I got no chance of fishing. So I don't want to do that. Stan Brett again. Do I think Hunter Biden will go to jail? No, I think he'll be found guilty, and I think Joe will pardon him 1 second after the guilty verdict comes out. Dawn Barb, Pinball, what does at support mean? Okay, so, and again, we're getting it. You take the price of anything, whether it's a stock, whether it's a bond, you've got moving averages, you've got, how it'll go like this, okay, up or down or whatever it is. The support level is you could have 200-day moving average, a 50-day moving average or whatever. And support is where there's a lot of buying pressure coming in. Let's say silver, for example. I'll just make up numbers here. Silver's like a 24 and a quarter or something thereabouts. Let's say there's a whole bunch of buy orders in for silver around 24. People just waiting for the price to come down. It's going to go to 24, and then their buy orders go up. So that's going to be your support. Your resistance is on the other end, again, looking at 50-day, 100-day, 200-day moving averages. Resistance is, okay, if it gets up to this point, this is when a lot of sell pressure is going to come in. And, it's usually bull or bearish if you break through support, and it's bullish if you break through resistance. I'm sorry, that's how best I can explain it in about 30 seconds. I mean, to learn a lot of that stuff is, 3 months of, full-time training on Wall Street for me to learn that stuff. And I'm going to try to explain it in 30 seconds. So just got to take my word for it a little bit, or go, read into more about what technical analysis is on Google. Let's see. Linda Bopp, instead of the oven to dry out the compost stuff, could it be done in a dehydrator? Absolutely, yeah. In a dehydrator, coffee grounds, it's a little messy. I just like putting them on a cookie sheet and throw it in the oven. But yeah, if you're just going to do banana peels or eggshells or chicken bones or something, not the coffee grounds, dehydrator works great. I mean, you can do the coffee grounds in there too. I just think it's a little messier. Dave Simmons, I hated Milwaukee's Best. Hey, when we were making $400 a month, you bought what you could afford. That's scary. That's what we were making when I was in the Army. Now granted, we didn't have to pay room and board. We had chow hall and barracks, but 29 stumps. There's a shithole, at least in the late 80s and early 90s. There you go, Mama Bear. Linda Bopp, time to say good night, Pinball and moderators. Night, everyone. Have a good rest of the weekend. And we are at 9:59, so you're pretty close. Guys, thank you, everybody who chipped in to correct that whole thing for the generator. Hopefully she didn't take off and is still there, and I get some emails. So, but thank you guys. We will see you all in the morning. Tomorrow is shopping day. So we'll see what happens. I'm certainly going to have a morning video. I do not know about lunch. Depends on what goes on because I'm going to be crazy busy tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Pinball out.